Hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform and welcome to a very rainy South Wales. We're currently here at Pontyclun station and arriving in we've got the 0834 Transport for Wales service from Maesteg to Cardiff Central, which is 153972. And 153369. We'll see it go out in a minute. But today's plan, we're visiting all stations between here and Swansea, as well as visiting the remaining stations needed on the Maesteg branch. So yes, that's the plan for today. We'll talk more in a minute. We'll wait for this train to go. So there goes 153972 and 369 heading off to Cardiff Central. So yes, this station is Pontyclun. If you do wish to check out any updates on trips and posts, please do check out my Facebook group and also check out my Instagram KTVvids and my Twitter KTVvids96 at KTVvids96. This station used to be known as Clansamlet. I think that's how you say it, Clansamlet. Excuse my pronunciation. But in 2008 got renamed to Pontyclun. So well, it might have been a bit earlier than that, but it was a more recent name change. The station I've been to before. Fun fact as well, as Kat will remember, Kat Marvax is here, as with every Welsh trip, near enough, and James as well, and we've also got Jasper. Hello. So we've got a couple others coming as well, but you'll see them in a bit. But Kat will remember that when we were here, I think it must have been 2019 maybe. Yeah, I put my head through some railings here and I got my head stuck. Want to know why? Because James here dropped his lens cap here. Dropped my lens cap, yes. So I put my head through the railings to try and look for it and subsequently got my head stuck. But the good news is, guys, I survived because my head is still intact. And I am... The thing is, I'm behind a camera, so what you guys don't know is there could be another person here just holding my head and I'm just talking. But I'll tell you something, that's not actually what it is. I am here and I survived. I live to tell the tale. Yeah. Anyway, right, so this station, yeah, still got Arriva Trains Wales. Very, everyone says it's green. I think it's blue, but there we go. I think it must be a very light shade of green. It's a weird debate. It's a bit like that dress saga from years ago, if you remember that one. Yeah, so we'll talk more about it. Well, we don't need to talk more about the station. I've given you the one fact. Well, I'm going to try and give you one fact for each station, not drone on too much. But our next station will be Llanharan. Like I said, we are visiting all stations between here and Swansea today. Swansea's already been done, but Swansea will be our end point, and also the remaining stations on the Maesteg branch. So a few single platform stations there as well. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode of Every Platform here in South Wales. A very wet South Wales because Storm Anthony is going to be hitting us today, so good fun. Passing through there was 15264. Presumably that's on a Manchester Piccadilly service, because a lot of them have been doing that. Sorry for everyone on it if it is. Yeah, well, if you remember when we did Welsh marches, we had a 150, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So that was fun. Very busy as well. It was a single 150 for the standing. Yeah. Horrible. We managed to get seats though, that was alright. I think... Got some freight coming through. It's a 56. That was not fun to see a freight at that point because the turbulence blew the rain in my face. But oh well. 15264 as well. That's 56096 by the way. That's a Colas one too. The 150 was from Maesteg to Cheltenham Spa. It turns out those 153s were actually from Milford Haven to Cardiff Central. Maesteg Cheltenham passed through instead, so they did a swap, although it was booked. Anyway, right, we're going to head off now, and the next station for us is Llanharan. We'll update you soon. See. On the 404, which goes to Bridgend. And now we're here in Llanharan. We'll update you when we reach the station. In this very wet weather, we're loving it. Okay, so we are now here at Llanharan station. However, in this video today we'll not be covering Llanharan. Unfortunately, the 9:35 train that we were meant to get has been cancelled due to a train fault. So it means that what we're going to do is we're going to skip this station today and we're going to go straight to Pencoed. So Pontyclun and Pencoed will be done, and this station will be revisited. If I stay here and just get a bus to Pencoed and not get a train, it goes against everything that I've made in terms of rules of this series. So Llanharan will be revisited, along with still Caddixton that also needs to be done. So it just means there's another reason to come back. So Llanharan will be done again, but we're now going to head to Pencoed, so that one will be the next one we talk about. Right, guys, welcome to Pencoed station. So it's still quite rainy as we're out. Like I say, Llanharan we're not doing on this video due to the train cancellation, but it's quite an easy one to come back to, so it's skippable. All of them are skippable really, but it's just some might be more hard hitting than others, but we haven't really got that to that point yet, so that's all right. Anyway, so this station has staggered platforms. As you can see, a big level crossing in the middle, which spans between the two platforms, separates them completely. This is a massively staggered platform as well. Crossing does go down very frequently because this is on the South Wales main line, so trains between Cardiff and Swansea do go through here. So what's there to say about the station? Well, the main fact was that it is probably one of the most staggered platforms in the country because of how far away the two platforms actually are between each other. I know obviously you've got Yates, which is also staggered, but it's not this staggered. It's not really far away staggered, it's just like maybe a small bridge. And there's also an E200 going over the level crossing there as well for your viewing leisure. I say that very loosely because it's not really. It's an E200. If you like E200s then fine, but meh. Anyway, right, we'll talk more about the station in a minute. Well, one fact about it, which is from an old video actually, but I don't know if I mentioned it because it was so long ago, but I'll mention it in a minute. Right, so a couple of things. So a bit of nostalgia for you. This sign here still has Arriva Trains Wales on it. Certain trains pass through the station at speed. Please stand behind the yellow line. That bit hasn't changed, but the logo certainly has. So yeah. Right, so what we want to talk about this station is the shelter over here, the one you can see just before you there. I believe it was that one. I don't know if Kat can remember if it was that one. I think it was that one. I think it was, yeah. So basically 2017 we were here and we did a train tap video here. This was the very old Rover series, take you back to darker times of my channel. yeah, I wouldn't do that again, but anyway, so look at the shelter there. You probably won't be able to see inside it, but what myself and Kat will remember is that it was full of chips. Someone had spilt chips all over the shelter and it was raining. And stamped in there. It looked like they were stamped on, so we renamed it Chip Shop Shelter. And ever since, Pencoed shelter there has been known by that as by me and Kat. So yeah, we were here and that was interesting memory. I tried to recall times when I was at stations and see what I remember, but that is a very fond memory that we have of Pencoed. There wasn't really a fond memory at Llanharan though, was there really? That was kind of just, we were there. So yeah. Passing through, we've got 150. That's heading to Milford Haven from Cardiff Central. 152.59. So the crossing does go down a good few seconds before, but yeah. Anyway, that is Pencoed done. The next station we're visiting is one I've never been to, which is Sarn. We're now heading onto the Maesteg branch to clear Wildmill, Sarn, Tondi and Garth. And that will be the Maesteg branch clear there. So I'll update you shortly. Just to add to the just to give you an idea, I suppose, the actual distance between here and the other platform is quite significant in terms of the railway anyway. Like, it's not actually that bad a walk, but when you look at it from a railway perspective, it definitely is, because the platforms are very far apart. So if you were on the wrong platform and you had to get the train on the other side, good luck to you, especially if you left at the last minute. But yeah, the crossing is here, as you can see. Sorry about the raindrops, by the way. It is absolutely horrendous weather today, but clean the screen there for you. Look at my hand, that was amazing, just like that. Anyway, so it'll probably do it again in a second. Cross over here and then walk into the other side, and you can see just how much of a different, well, distance it is between the difference in length, definitely, because it looks like one of the platforms is slightly shorter as well, but that's just from a distance. I could be wrong, but the distance is it's not that short, but yeah, the distance is quite significant, like I say, as you head up to this other platform. So the platform we were just stood on was the Bridgend Maesteg bound platform, and this platform is Cardiff bound. So yeah, you can see clearly that there is a bit of a walk between the two. It is an hourly service here. During peak time it sometimes gets a couple extras, but Llanharan I think gets a bit more than that. So Pontyclun and Pencoed don't. Llanharan gets a bit more. There it is, and you can see just about, there's a little bit of a reaver left in there. You can see the blue, green, whatever. Anyway, we'll update you when our train arrives. Okay, arriving in now is 152.85, the 10:39 Transport for Wales service to Maesteg from Cheltenham Spa. There they are. Got Liam and Brandon joining us today as well. And yes, we'll update you shortly. Right, we've now reached Sarn station on the Maesteg branch, and the partner is 152.85. Heading over to Maesteg, calling at Tondi, Garth, Maesteg, Ueni Road and Maesteg. So Sarn is the first station we're visiting. We're actually going to double back next and go to Wildmill, and then we're going to head to Garth and then Tondi before we bus it to Bridgend. We'll talk more about the station in just a moment. There's not actually much to say about it, but we'll try our best.
It's like it's in the middle of a forest.
Yeah, on first glance it looks like we're in the woods, but yeah, we'll see. Well, we probably are. So we're just outside Sarn station now. You'd think it's like a little park and ride station, but it's not. It's a small station located in South Wales on the Maesteg branch, and it's got a slanted concrete entrance which is step free, which is good. But other than that, really, the station is very basic. The only notable fact is that it is within distance of the Bridgend Designer Outlet, which is a big shopping centre in South Wales. But that's the only thing. It is probably the closest station to it. But that's it. The only thing to say really is that it's step free, and the station looks like it's in the middle of the woods. So yeah, walking up, of course, you can see the platforms. Looks like they're wooden, which is oh no, they're not. Concrete. I think they're concrete. Yeah, they are. And there's a squirrel. But yeah, this is basically Sarn Station. As soon as you exit, you're in civilization. You come back in here, it looks like you're in the middle of the woods. That's kind of what it looks like. Anyway, so we are going to be waiting for the 11:31, sorry, Cheltenham Spa service. No, actually, I think we're getting a bus from here, actually. So I'll update you shortly. I guess 76, that's the bus we just caught here between Sarnham and Wildmill. And there's also another one, the 74, which has Transport 4633. Both Bridgend, well, yeah, both Bridgend bound. And we'll be getting on another Bridgend bound service later from Tondi. But for now, we're going to walk into Wildmill Station. We'll update you shortly. Right, we've now arrived into Wildmill Station. At the moment, we have now hit another problem where Transport for Wales have again risked another train being cancelled. Unfortunately, the train that we were meant to get from here is the faulty one that cancelled at Llanharan. So currently they've swapped it for a 150, and that 150 is still in Canton waiting to come out, and it's not left Cardiff Central yet. So we're kind of just waiting to see where it goes from here. But as it stands at the moment, Sarn has been done, but this one won't count because we haven't got a train, and neither will Garth or Tondi. So we're kind of, we've lost currently 4 stations as it stands, but we're going to wait to see what happens, but we'll update you shortly. Right, update, the train has not been cancelled. The train has literally just got into Cardiff Central now and is about to leave. So it does mean we miss another station today, which is Garth. So we won't be going there today, but we will be visiting Wildmill and we will be visiting Tondi. But Garth we won't be because the Maesteg service is terminating at Tondi, so it's not going to Garth. So what we'll do is, like Llanharan, we'll include Garth in another video. At this point I'm probably going to be combining a bunch of these stations and coming back to them on one trip, but to be honest, I can easily do like a South Wales trip and include them both in it. So even if I have to dedicate some time to it, it's all part of the series and it's all part of the challenge. So hey ho, we move. We'll wait for the train to arrive. Okay, so finally now sorted. The train is about to arrive. Good 35 minutes late, which is amazing, but it is still terminating at Tondi. This station, there's only one real fact about it, and it's a short walk away from the Bridgend Hospital. So the nearest station to the local hospital in the county is this station. But that is really the only significant fact about Wildmill Station. It is located in Bridgend. It's a suburban station in the town. So but that's really all you can really say about it. There's really not much else. Yeah, sorry, it's the Princess of Wales Hospital, that's what it's called. So it's, yes, quite a big hospital. But yes, it's about 10 minutes away from here. But that's really the only thing, the station, it's a connection for that. That's it though. Our next station is Tondi, and then we're going to be going back to Bridgend. So Garth, again, will not be happening on this video. Okay, arriving now is the very delayed, and I mean very delayed, Transport for Wales service from Cardiff Central to Maesteg. This is the delayed 11:47 service, 152.52. Nobody on the train. That is mental. Absolutely nobody. Alright, so we've now reached Tondi station. And about to depart is 152.52 on its now revised service, 12:27 service to Cheltenham Spa from Tondi, not Maesteg. The station also, as you can see, has semaphore signals. Well, it should be out in a minute. The doors are opened again, so we'll update you when it leaves. Right, now going out is 152.52, I believe. They had a bit of an issue just checking the doors, I think. They might be... I think they've got an issue with the doors on the 150. Because it keeps switching on. Anyway, whilst it's still doing its thing, we'll talk about this station. So this station has a weird little track layout that goes away from the station. So there used to be some sort of track diagram that goes around the station and but I think it now is just a siding, but it's just on the other side, which we'll show you in a minute when this train eventually, hopefully, moves. But the station is located in the town, well, I think it's the town of Tondi. But so now they've got a problem with the 150 where the doors are not locking.
So now the light's gone out now, so they might have done it now.
So yeah, there's an issue with the interlock system. So basically this diagram is full of train faults, because a 150 replaced a faulty 170 and now the 150 is faulty. So
the interlock light has gone out
doing
now, so
well,
it might be okay.
very well. But yeah, so the passing loop is controlled still by the Tondi signal box, but it uses semaphore signals to control it. But it's now used as just like a bypass line that goes over to Margam. So freight uses it to come across here, but it's very rarely used from knowledge. So it's more of a convenience thing for freight now if needed, but not that it will ever use it. And it is it used to be a lot more, because it used to be an old railway which ran around here, which was the Port Talbot Railway and Docks Company, it was called. It used to run around, but yeah, that's the station.
He's now on the phone.
So and also an interesting bit is that here is where trains will terminate, because in bad weather this station is the terminus, because Garth Uni Road in Maesteg usually has a 5 to 15 mile per hour track speed limit. So in like strong bad weather the train can't go beyond here. So yeah, there you go, a couple of facts for you. So
looks like we might still have a small interlock issue because he's on the phone to the guard.
So yeah, we'll update you soon, but that's Tondi in a nutshell. We're here for a little while, so we'll watch this unfold. Finally it's moving. And the coach has also left. There's a rail replacement coach which appeared up here, as you might have seen, which taking people to Maesteg. So yeah, by the way, no disrespect, but that coach driver was a really, I'm not going to use expletives because, you know, this is I tried to make it a family friendly channel, but he was quite rude for no reason at all. Just made comments, unnecessary comments. It wasn't like telling us off or anything, he just made unnecessary comments. So about the fact that we're on a day out, so it wasn't the nicest in the world, because they were quite like, his tone of voice wasn't very nice. But anyway, I could have read that differently, but to be honest, I think we all read it the same way. Anyway, so we're now going to make our way back to Bridgend. We're going to get some lunch. Tondi done, talked about, happy days. By the way, down here where the semaphores is where I'm talking about in terms of the track that goes around. You might just be able to see that.
11-minute walk to work.
So yeah, you can see obviously the track goes around. That's what it used, I don't know if it does it anymore, but it used to be used for freight that goes around to Margam, but I don't know whether it still does. But as you can see, it does sort of go away from the station. Right, I'll update you soon. Tondi done. Right, we've now made it into Bridgend. Already covered the station, as you know, but we are just changing it. We're waiting for 1332 Swansea service, because we're going to film this Carmarthen one go, because it adds a bit of variety to the video. We've got 175, and then go from there. Update you soon. Right, arriving in now is 175 103. It's on the 1319 Transport for Wales service to Carmarthen. See this one go out in a second. Right, the partner now is 1319 service to Carmarthen from Manchester Piccadilly. one is 175-103. So we have been here before, and as you can see, the station hasn't really changed since the last time we were here. It's, yeah, one of those stations that kind of you're glad remains the same, really. But yeah, so our train is the 1332 to Swansea. It is a Cardiff Swansea service and is formed of a 158, which we could have got that Carmarthen service, but most of us were happy with getting 158 because it is the preferred traction. So yeah, and it was part of the plan anyway to get the 1332, so that's what we're doing. So update you soon. Right, arriving in now is going to be the 1332 Transport for Wales service to Swansea from Cardiff Central, and it is 158823 on this one. We did see this one earlier, but I don't think I got it on video actually, so I talk rubbish. You didn't see it, I did. Now you see it now. Update you soon. Okay, now here at Pyle Station, and 158823 is heading out. Also 15262 has just gone out, heading to Manchester Piccadilly. Actually no, that's Newport actually, it's heading to Newport, not Manchester. That's Newport from Swansea. So there goes that one. So we'll update you in a minute. Actually I think that one might actually be from the Heart of Wales line, but could be wrong, but I'll update you soon. Anyway, this is Pyle, and we'll find out if that one actually did go via that way. I'm quite confident it did, because I know there used to be a Shrewsbury Newport, but I don't know if they kept that going. So yeah, so this is Pyle. The others are just heading off. I'm going to catch up with them in a second. This station is located in the Bridgend County Borough, which is known as Pyle, or Bridgend County Borough. Pyle is in that, it's not known as Pyle. So the station is, yeah, so it's about nearly 200 miles away from London, this station, so it's quite a way away. But the station actually used to be located about half a mile, yeah, half a mile away from this station. It's about half a mile east of this station, and then west of that station they opened this one. That's a bit obvious, but there we go. So yeah, this one opened in 1994. The station has been open longer, but yeah, they reopened it and relocated it. As you can see, there's like there's like wooden fencing all over this station to try and well, I don't know. I don't know why they've done that. I think it's to stop trespassing, but it's just a kind of unique design of the station. It's got really a strict line. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. So that's Pyle. And we're not actually staying here very long. Normally, as you've seen in my videos before, I have been here and I do like it. It's one of my favourite stations on the South Wales main line, purely for the fast trains, and it's very underrated in my opinion. So yeah, the station is very basic. It's just got waiting shelters, a footbridge, and everything, just everything in between, the little basics. So we're going to head to Port Talbot Parkway now, with Pyle done, and we'll update you soon. Right, we've now reached Port Talbot Parkway. It's in bus interchange as well as a railway station. The railway station is over here, Port Talbot Parkway station. There it is. We'll go into it in a second, but over here is the bus we had, an E200 MMC on the X1, and a really, really, really nice bus. They used to run in Glasgow. They used to do the Glasgow airport runs when they were they ran with First as well back then? Yeah, it was First Glasgow, yeah, okay, so they did. So they basically, First Kimry got them, and ever since then they've ran around here, and it was a really comfortable journey, almost like a coach spec, so it was really, really nice. So we're now going to head into the railway station, which is the main focus of the video. Big building, as you can see, very modern, and we'll update you when we get in. Okay, we're now here at the station, and departing out now is the 1403, I think it is, Great Western Railway service to Swansea from London Paddington. 100 034 and 013. Right, and we'll actually talk about the station in just a second, but we just got here and just seen that go out, so I'll update you shortly. Right, so let's talk about this station. So Port Talbot Parkway is one of those stations that's had a massive facelift in the 21st century, and it was very different a lot before that. There's a solo SR, by the way, heading to Neath. Anyway, so this station in 2016 was opened as it is now. As you can see, the big building, but the platform itself, these platforms have been around for a lot longer, and the way that the station building, the canopy was standing underneath, has also been around for a while. That really hasn't changed. And they also haven't painted the station fully. They've still got very blue Arriva like signs and lampposts and stuff. So yes, but the station was re-signalled completely between 2006 and 2007, and then they brought in the Swan line, which is an every 2 hour service in between Cardiff and Swansea, which they also talked about making hourly but running from here to Swansea, but who knows. Also arriving in is a Milford Haven Cardiff Central service, the 1434 service, which is 175113. That's the fact of Port Talbot Parkway, other than the fact it joins in with a bus interchange right next to it. The next station we're going to be going to is Neath, so we'll update you soon. Right, the find out now is 175113. This station actually, not this station, that service was from Fishguard Harbour to Cardiff Central. One of the only ones today that did it. And every time I've done Fishguard, it's not been a 175, so this time it is. So yes. Anyway, we'll update you shortly. Our train is next, and we're taking it to Neath. Right, arriving in now is our 1436 Transport for Wales service to, this is Carmarthen from Cardiff Central, and we're taking this to Neath, 158841. Right next to the door, perfect. We'll update you shortly. Right, the partner now. We are now here at Neath, by the way. And this is the 1449 service. 4043, sorry. Service to Carmarthen from Cardiff Central. And that's 158841. Looking amazing. 158s are great. Okay, now we're here at Neath. This is the other sort of main station on the South Wales main line before you reach Swansea. Neath again is kind of twinned with a bus station. It's just down the road, but again, that's not really the main story about the station. Kat and James actually will remember a story here at Neath that we can tell, because we did a story, we kind of told a story at Pontyclun, we told a story at Pencoed, and we can tell a story here. James will remember, and so well, James might remember, you definitely will, but I think actually you both will remember. Old Rover series, we were here at Neath, and unfortunately we witnessed a bird smack into the window.
Yes.
Right down there, and we thought like that it was saving, but it was kind of shaking there, and fortunately we had to get a member of staff out to try and take it somewhere because we didn't know what to do with it.
Did it die?
We think so, yeah.
Huh.
Wow, on video as well, you laugh at an animal's death. Right, all you animal activists, go get him. Right, this is your target. You get him. This is Brandon, Southern Trenton 2006. Brandon, look out on your YouTube later. Anyway, so I'm only joking, by the way. He didn't mean it. It is getting windy here. We have got a yellow warning for wind today, so that's gonna be fun. But it's only just kicking in now. So we had rain, we've had no rain, and well, we've had rain, we've had cloud, and now we've got wind. We've always had cloud, to be fair, but let's say this: we've had moderate weather where nothing happens, then we've had rain, and we've had wind. Good fun. Update you shortly. Fine. Right, the partner now is the 1500 Transport for Wales service from Milford Haven to Manchester Piccadilly. 150-259 taking this one. And the poor passengers that have to ride a 150 if they're going all the way into England, good luck. Right, so quick word on this station then. So Neath again is one of the main stations on the South Wales main line. It is the last stop for Great Western Railway services and pretty much any sort of Manchester service before it reaches Swansea. There is 2 stations in between here and Swansea, which are Skewen and Clansamlet, and 2 stations in between here and Port Talbot Parkway, which are Briton Ferry and Baglan. And we are going to be visiting all of them today, hopefully, fingers crossed. I say that with such hopefulness just because of the day we've had so far. It's been okay, but well, it's been really good actually, but we've had a couple of cancellations, and this is the sort of time of day you don't want that to happen. Anyway, the station itself, probably the building actually dates from 1974. That building you can see there. Maybe the one there is a little bit newer, I think. And I also remember here there used to be a massive club that was right next to it, and there used to be loads of noise, which was good fun. But yeah, the old GWR structure buildings were in the late 1880s. So yeah, they were, that's the 19th century. They were still being, well, late 19th century anyway. They were still being they were built in the really old GWR structures that were built here. Anyway, enough about the history. It's a really well staffed station as well, but yeah, that's the fact about it. The building actually dates from the 1970s, so, and like I said, the other fact is that it twins in with a bus station that is literally just down the road from here, so it doesn't necessarily interchange like Port Talbot does, but yeah. Anyway, the next station for us is going to be one of the awkward ones, and it's going to be Baglan. I'll update you soon. Right about now, it's 1521 Great Western Railway service to Carmarthen, well, to Swansea first, then it will split and then we'll go to Carmarthen. The rear unit is an interesting one. .008, the Pride 800. Off that one goes, heading to Swansea. 008 heading to. So, we're now going to head to Baglan. We'll update you soon. Right, arriving in now, we've got 158, I think it's 823. This is the 1524 service from Swansea to Abergavenny. We're taking this to Baglan. update you when we get there. Right, we've now reached Baglan. (158.823) sounded a bit weird for a 158. Heading off to Abergavenny from Swansea. Next stop will be Port Talbot Parkway. So this station's located right next to a main road, quite a busy road as well, the road of which I will confirm shortly because I can't remember, it was a while ago. But this station is part of what's known as the Swan Line. So there is a South Wales main line, but then these stations are Swan Line stations. Baglan, Briton Ferry, Skewen and Clansamlet are all Swan Line branded, like this one, Swan Line. So yes, we'll update you shortly about the station, but it is one train every 2 hours here between Swansea and Cardiff generally, so I'll update you soon. Right, the station doesn't run next to just any old road, it runs next to the M4. That's where it is. So Baglan station is situated as almost like a park and ride station next to the M. What? Anyway, so the M4 is situated right next to the station. There is a dual carriageway. I don't know much about the road. All I know is definitely the M4 runs next to it, because it runs all the way to Swansea from here. So yeah, it's a very, very long road, very, very long motorway, I should say. Anyway, that's the fact about this station. It's also situated very close to the Neath Port Talbot Hospital. There you go, random fact for you as well. So we're going to get on this 15:53 Swansea service, and we'll update you shortly when we get it. Baglan done. Okay, passing through now, we've got a Transport for Wales service from Manchester Piccadilly to Carmarthen. (152.83). Goodness me, there's too many of these on Manchester's now. And also passing through is a service to London Paddington from Swansea. So that one goes 800.013, and I think it was 024 because I think I remember it from earlier. 034. That was it. 034. Right, arriving now is our 15:53 Transport for Wales service. This is from Newport to Swansea. And is formed of 150 262. Update you shortly. Right, so we're now here at Briton Ferry. So 150.262 there. Going out, that's the 15:56 Transport for Wales service to Swansea from Newport. So this station is Briton Ferry, and we'll update you in just a moment. So very quickly, yeah, a bit like Baglan, the station opened quite more recently than others. This one opened in 1994. And it serves the village of Briton Ferry in South Wales. It's about just over 200 miles away from London. The station is sited within the it's the Court Sart junction complex, which is basically where in other words, it's basically where the Swansea district line, so that's the line that avoids Swansea and goes straight over to Llanharan, meets up with the South Wales main line. So this is basically the junction station for that. So but yes, that is that. The station, that's probably the notable fact about it, is that line doesn't get used all too often. It gets used like once or twice a day. I don't know if it's still getting used at the moment, but yeah, that is Courtsart Junction, is that line that the Swansea avoider, is, as it's better known as, is where this is the last station before it junctions off. So yeah, and again, serve one train every 2 hours by the Swan Line branded services generally. So that's Briton Ferry done very quickly. Just a quick little glance at this little station with not much here. Nice weather though. And we're going to head over to Skewen next. We'll get 2 buses and we'll update you when we reach there. And there it goes, heading off to Cardiff Central. So this station opened in 1994. It is very similar to that of the others. All 4 of these stations share the same fact. They opened with the Swan Line initiative. Clansamlet, Skewen, Briton Ferry and Baglan, they all did. Right, sorry about that. Yeah, so all 4 of these stations opened with the Swan Line initiative, and they all just served like small villages, but the service pattern remains the same. It's not very frequent, and yeah, it doesn't get very many trains. 1 train every 2 hours here at Skewen. This station as well, a little bit of history, because it's one unique fact about each station. Yeah, it was opened in 1904 and it got renamed. It was Dineva, I think it was called. That was its original name, and then it became Skewen. 1882 it opened and renamed in 1904 to Skewen. So there we go. And it was again moved slightly east, so each of these stations has been relocated. This one was moved slightly east, and this is where it is now. So the old station was moved slightly east to where it is now, where we're standing. So next station, and the last one for the day, is Clansamlet. I'll update you shortly. Right, passing through now is a GWR service to Swansea. (802-101). Okay, arriving in now is the delayed 1800 Transport for Wales service to Pembroke Dock. (158,829). We'll take this one stop to Clansamlet. Update you in a minute. Right, we've now reached Clansamlet station. So this is the last station that we require. So the good news is that pretty easily every station between Swansea and Cardiff has now, no it's not, Llanharan is the only one, ignore me, quite easily about 99% of all the stations between Cardiff and Swansea have been covered. Only one needs to properly be done, and that one I will come back to. But this is Clansamlet. Again, this station has staggered platforms, but we'll talk more about the station and probably a fact in a moment. Again though, this station was a opening for the Swan Line initiative in the 1990s. So there's one notable fact about the station, other than the fact that it is staggered. Over here you can see the sort of some wooden fencing that is all around here. So basically this station again was relocated back in the 90s and moved slightly over to, or slightly away from where it used to be. the wooden fencing over here, and it's not just that only bit, I think there's more to it as well, basically is a bit of blocked access to what the original platform, although the original platform is gone now. And there's also, actually, hang on, I don't think it's actually that wooden bit. No, it is. No, it's not that bit. It's on this side, but there is obviously some blocked access over here as well, which naturally is blocked by this gate anyway, but it looks like the house, looks like it's all just overgrown in there. But yeah, there is a blocked access to the original platform. I'm just wondering what's on the other side, which is what I'm going to have a look at. Starting to believe it's over here, this blocked access. I think it's around this general area. It's either here or it's over here, the old platform used to be. But the point is it was moved slightly away from where it was. There's all this vegetation that's overgrown. It's basically got fencing around it that blocks the platform, the old platform. It's not there anymore, but it gives a resemblance of where it used to be, because it's on the approach to the footbridge, so, which is over here, well, road bridge almost. Anyway, so that is Clansamlet done, and what we're going to do now is make our way over to Swansea, but we are going to finish the video here, so but I'll do it on the other side with the others. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be finishing the video from South Wales here. So with Clansamlet done, we've cleared what I say 99% of the line. Llanharan is the only one, obviously Garth and the Maesteg line as well, but we will come back to them. But thank you all for watching today's video from South Wales. If you have liked what you've seen, do like and subscribe, and do leave any comments, because I will get back to them as when I can, and any recommendations are welcome. Do leave those in the comments. Joining today we've had Jasper and James there. I try not to give channels out now, because I kind of think it's nice to know you guys on a first name, because people know who you are naturally.
GW Rail Fan is my one.
Yeah, GW Rail Fan.
400 subs at the moment.
Oh,
So.
Yeah.
James Rail Photography
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah,
Also, I have a bus photography page as well, if anyone.
So there you go, he's got buses now as well.
Yeah, wants to like that as well. So
We've got Kat. Kat, say your channel and say why it's amazing.
It's not amazing.
Did you have a viral hit
Low
once?
self-confidence.
Yeah, I edited Peppa Pig memes.
Yes.
And one of them got like 1.1 million views.
Yeah. Got a lot of comments as well, didn't it?
Yeah, pretty well.
And yours? Southern Train Spotter 2006. When did you?
I do post.
You don't even post anything? No. Fair enough.
I haven't posted on
That's why I try to know you guys on a first name, because then people just know who you are. So James, Jasper, Kat and Brandon, there you go.
There you go.
They've all joined today, as well as Liam as well. You've seen Liam.
He went home early.
He left at Skewen to go back home, because he's got to go all the way back to Fatcham. So yes. So guys, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of Every Platform. I will be in London again, this time doing the Caterham line from, well, Caterham branch, as well as stations in sort of South London. So East Croydon finally will be covered. So thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.